everyone, and welcome back to AustinPlus. The other day I did what can we expect from Warner Brothers, so today we are talking about what can we expect from Disney in 2026, because Disney has entered 2026 as one of the most powerful entertainment companies in the world. From Marvels to Star Wars to Pixar, Disney Animation, and its massive streaming ecosystem, Disney continues to influence almost every corner of modern entertainment. But after a period of mixed results, franchise fatigue, concerns, and changing audience expectations, 2026 could be one of the most important years in recent memory. So what exactly can we expect? So without further ado, let's get into it. So to start off with, I know I didn't do this last time when I did it last year. However, I am going to discuss Marvel Studios in this term. There is a continuing evolution for the likes of Marvel Studios, because Marvel remains one of of Disney's most valuable assets, because by 2026, or during this year, the company is expected to continue refining its approach following the criticism and oversaturation and inconsistent quality of Marvel Studios. But rather than focusing solely on quantity, Marvel appears to increasingly focus on stronger storytelling, major event projects like Avengers Doomsday, and rebuilding audience confidence ahead of future crossover films, which I think is actually the most viable option they can do. So expectations are quite level-headed for the likes of Avengers Doomsday, and also it can then obviously set more expectations for Avengers Secret Wars. So they have learned from their mistakes, and they are actually trying to reprimand them before the big thing happens. So honestly, all respect to that. But also, Star Wars, let's not forget that Star Wars also come under the Disney bracket, because Disney has continued to search for the ideal balance between Star Wars films, streaming series, and expanding the storytelling of the Star Wars franchise. So obviously we had Mandalorian and Grogu not too long ago, but 2026 could further establish the future direction of the franchise. So we've had Maul, we've had Mandalorian. This year's looking pretty good, but also Star Wars is finally looking up. After the disaster that was The Acolyte, it is finally looking up. The company faces the challenge of introducing new stories while respecting one of the most passionate fan bases. How Disney manages Star Wars moving forward may significantly impact the franchise's long-term health. However, they have been making some changes behind the scenes, and I do think it is very much working. So I'm very excited for that as well. Now, Pixar. Now, this is the one where was going to do a review video on it, but I decided there's not enough for me to say, to pull a whole review out of it, so I will cover Toy Story 5 while I say this. But Pixar obviously is probably the most important thing for Disney, because Marvel Studios and Star Wars don't have the same sort of jeopardy as Pixar does to Disney, because Pixar remains one of Disney's most respected creative divisions. While the studio has facing changing viewing habits and increased competition, it does continue to play a vital role in Disney's identity. New original series and franchise expansions will likely remain essential to Pixar's strategy, as Disney seeks to balance innovation with commercial success. Now, Toy Story 5. First, now the thing is, the reason I've done this is because I was waiting for for certain Marvel Studios, Star Wars, and Pixar things to release before I made this. Probably not ideal 6 months into the year, but so Toy Story 5 was not what I thought. It wasn't great. I was expecting a bit more. For the story that it had, I think it had potential, but it just wasn't it. It was not it at all. The message, they should have left it at Toy Story 3. Toy Story 4, meh. Toy Story 5, shit. I know, I didn't mean, I did go in I was like, I want this film to be good, because if they did, it's just a waste of money. But they just bottled it with this, and it was so painful to watch. It was so cringy. It wasn't dreadful. I'm not gonna go and watch it again, either in cinema or ever, but it wasn't, even the thought of it is damaging. But yeah, and in saying that, I just don't know what they're gonna do. That is my biggest issue, is because I don't know if they're going to do a sixth one, or because Disney Pixar came out with Hoppers the other earlier on this year, and it was shocking. And it's just it does make me worry about the status of Pixar, because Star Wars and Marvel are keeping it on its legs, but Pixar's really gone down in my estimations. Now, Disney Animation. This is quite new, but Disney Animation has traditionally been one of the company's stronger creative pillars in the recent years, but in 2026, audiences can expect Disney to probably continue on investing in the animated storytelling that appeals to both younger viewers and families. But the challenge will be maintaining the cultural impact that does define many of the Disney's most successful animated films. So I think Disney Animation probably has a winning point over Pixar right now, but it's just, can Pixar get better is the question. Now, streaming is the biggest thing for the likes of Disney, but Disney Plus remains a major part of the company's future. However, the streaming industry has become increasingly more competitive. Disney's focus has shifted from the rapid subscriber growth to the long-term profitability. And let's not lie to ourselves, they had long-term profitability long before anything else really came about. Their sustainable content strategies are working, and you can expect the continued adjustments to release schedules, the likes on Disney Plus and other streaming services. But also they'll probably invest more in content and franchise integration across streaming platforms around. So Disney will be everywhere. I mean, they kind of already are, but yeah. However, I think the biggest and greater focus that Disney need to really think about now is franchise management, because Disney owns some of the world's most valuable intellectual properties. However, recent years have shown that even major franchises require careful management. In 2026, Disney will probably focus more on obviously the audience interest and avoiding franchise fatigue. Like Marvel, like Star Wars, they're taking it pretty slow, but I think it's working for them. But I also think this does mean balancing sequels and established brands' views. No, I'm not talking about Pixar, because if that was the case, they wouldn't have released Toy Story 5. In saying Toy Story 5, Toy Story's legacy, and so is Star Wars, Marvel, same there. But the challenge I think Disney really struggle with is balancing legacy. It's one of Disney's biggest challenges, and it's balancing the iconic history that with the need to evolve. And I think they're evolving just way too quickly, and they're not thinking. Audiences expect familiar, obviously, characters and franchises, but they also want fresh stories and creative experimentation. Disney's success in 2026 may depend on how effectively it actually combines nostalgia with innovation. I don't know if we'll see anything more major this year, but I mean, you never know. So, what can we expect from Disney in 2026? I would expect Disney to focus heavily on franchise stability, streaming profitability, and strengthening its major brands. Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, Disney Animation, Disney Plus will all play a crucial role as the company works to maintain its position at the center of the entertainment industry. And 2026 for Disney, I'd say, is just another defining year. The company has enormous opportunities, but it also has significant challenges ahead and to overcome. From Marvel and Star Wars to Pixar and streaming, Disney's future depends on balancing creativity, business strategy, and audience expectations. Biggest factor. And if Disney can successfully navigate those challenges, 2026 may become one of the most important years for Disney. But without further ado, folks, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe and comment what you would like to see on this very channel. But I hope you have an amazing day as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye now. Yeah.